Autumn, one of my favorite seasons, not just because of the scenic colors or cider and donuts, but because the cooler weather brings forth change in a variety of great angling opportunities. Hi guys, welcome to another Hook and Look Splash, a splash of fishing information from an underwater point of view. I'm Kim Stricker, and in this video, I'm going to dabble around and do a little fall crappie fishing. There we go. There we go. There's a nice little crappie. That'll make a sandwich. It's not a big one, but still, he just jumped all over that bug. Just a little crappie tube. Thank you. Let's try that again. I've got a little crappie tube on and an 1/8 ounce jig head. And this is just simple fishing, going around a weed bed. There we go. There's another one. You know it. Crappie. In eutrophic inland lakes as this, crappies seek out the thickest, tallest, greenest vegetation in the fall, preferably near a drop-off. They're not out in the open, they're around the weeds. See, I'm looking for the weeds on my fish finder, and they'll be tucked inside of them. So I get my little bug down in the midst of it, kind of jig it a little bit, and hopefully a crappie will grab it. There we go. Right where he's supposed to be. Yeah. Right on that corner. In fact, let's toss that buoy out. Yeah, fun stuff. Now let's see if they're hanging around this buoy. And I bet they are, one after another. Another one. Those are nice. That's a little better one there. Little 1/8 ounce jig head and a crappie tube. And all I'm doing is just stringing it on there. A barb will hold it on. To help the jig swing more freely, giving it more action, I tie it with a simple loop knot that my friend Wally Marshall showed me. Twitch, twitch, twitch. I twitch it, I kind of raise it up, and then I bring it back down, twitch it. Often they'll hit it as I'm dropping it down. But crappie like a moving bait. They don't like a bait just that sits still. You want to keep that tube a-jigging. I jig it up and down. Just outside the weeds right now. Just twitch, twitch, twitch. Mark something a little bigger below me here. I assume it's probably a bass. There we go. I thought that was more than a crappie. I thought that was a little more than a crappie. Nice bass though. The bass hang outside the perimeter of the weeds. Nevertheless, to target the crappie at this time, you need to penetrate the thick green vegetation. The trick is finding them. And again, they prefer the thickest cover they can find. You know, if you've got brush piles and things like that, that's great. In this lake, it's got to do with the vegetation. Whatever thick vegetation's left. See, there's weeds around here, but this particular area, the weeds come up higher. They're taller, they're thicker. Where it starts to drop off and gets to that 8 or 9 foot depth. That's where the bites have been coming. There we go. Ooh, yes. Crappie, crappie, crappie. Where are the big ones at though? There's gotta be some good ones in here too. Gotta be. But I'm still having fun. Did I catch them all out of this one? I don't think so. But that's crappie. They'll bite, bang, 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 bang. And for some reason they'll stop. But you go off and fish some other places, you can come back and get more bites here. It's like they just need a little rest. He knocked slack in the line. Crappies, when they hit on an up bite. They don't go down on a bait. So when he come up and hit it, it just knocks slack in the line. Just a little tater chip, as Wally Marshall would call it. But they seem to be right in this little area right here. Schooled up. Sensitivity and being able to visually detect subtle strikes plays an important part when fishing for crappie vertically. That's why I'm using Seagar High-Vis Flash Green Smackdown Braid as my main line. It performs perfectly for both feeling and seeing the bite. For a stealthy approach, I'll team it with Seagar Gold Label Fluorocarbon Leader, which is virtually undetectable underwater. There we go. There we go. Another crappie. They all seem to be clones, don't they? Huh? But they're all on the same pattern. We've got the pattern figured out as to what kind of weed and how tall a weed and at what depth they are.